Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, This and That. So today's video is actually a kind of celebratory mukbang, if you will. I know it's not a typical mukbang, but it's my version of a mukbang. But the other day when I had loaded up my video, the one that I did, the November favorites, I had discovered that I had 4 subscribers. So I am really, really excited. I doubled my subscribers. So I thought I would celebrate with some comfort food mukbang. And when I was thinking about it today, and I said, what am I going to do? Because my original plan was that I was gonna get takeout from a favorite restaurant. And this is probably really sad, but I discovered I don't really have a favorite comfort food, or even a favorite comfort food place or a favorite restaurant, which is probably kind of sad. So instead, I decided, you know what? And I said, I want French fries. I want French fries. And it was kind of rainy and gloomy here today, and I said, yeah, I just want to go shopping because we're supposed to get some really heavy rain tomorrow. And I just really didn't want to be dealing with that. So I ran all my errands today after work. So I looked like a hot mess. And I just decided instead that I would make the frozen fries that I have in the freezer. And they're really good. They are the Lamb Western Super Crispy Steak Cut Fries. This is the brand. And it's really good. I had them before. They're very crispy for making frozen French fries in the oven. So, bon appetit. But they're really good. They're flavorful, and they are crispy. So, as I said, today is Friday. I don't know if I will upload this video on Friday night or if it will be on Saturday. But I did want to celebrate by doubling my subscribers. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. This whole YouTube channel experience it's been a welcome change. As I've mentioned in other videos, I have been working crazy, crazy hours, 70, 75, 80 hours. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be stopping. So, for the time being, I am taking on the title of Workaholic, which definitely takes some getting used to. It really does. So I hope everybody out there is doing good. Everything's well, the family's well. Yes, and it's been one of those weeks. And comparison to what other people are going through, I really don't have anything to complain about. And I'm truly not complaining. It's just, I'm so exhausted. I am just beyond exhausted that I wanted something comforting, but I had no idea what. And then I realized I just wanted French fries. So this is my comfort / celebratory mukbang, I guess you would call it. And I've been dying for a soda. Diet Pepsi. So, speaking about workaholics, it was funny. It was recently, maybe within the past week, a coworker of mine, and I even forget how we got on the topic of it, but we were talking about old time TV shows from the 50s, 60s, and even 70s, and how back then it was a simpler time. I mean, it was for me the 70s because I was a kid. I was under 10 in the 70s, and then I kind of grew up in the 80s. And I mean, kids always have their version of stress and deal with schools or bullies or whatnot. And to them, that's stressful. That's a huge thing that's going on in their lives. And, you can't, dismiss that because that's important to them. It's, when somebody is mad at them or they have a fight or they're getting bullied or something. I mean, that's traumatic. But it's not until you get older that you really appreciate how, in fact, charmed it was, or how simpler life was back then. When I'm getting ready in the mornings, I watch MeTV. And I don't really sit and watch the shows, but I have them on in the background. And the ones that when I'm getting ready are on during that time are My Three Sons, which I remember watching when I was a kid, and Leave It a Beaver. Those are the ones that I pay attention to, that I watch, because I remember them from my childhood. And life was so much simpler then. And I was telling this coworker, am I showing my bra? I hope not. If not, pardon it. I am a definite hot mess. It's Friday. It's been a week and a half since Monday. So I'm just emotionally just drained. But anyway, we were talking with this coworker of mine, and we were saying how much simpler life was back then. And I realized TV shows are TV shows, especially back in that time frame. They're going to make it seem much more idyllic. But I think it wasn't that super far off from how it really was. Because I can remember my parent, well, not so much my father because he's in business for himself, but my mother. She worked at a major company, mid-level management, and she would go in, she would do her 8 hours, and she would come home. And she would take vacation. I don't ever really recall her ever working overtime. Or going in on a Saturday. My father, on the other hand, he does, because, he's in business for himself, so he pretty much works 24/7, or he did when I was growing up. But he always had time for me. And that was the thing that I really appreciate. I appreciate it now that I'm older, that I recognize it. But he was always there for me. I went to his place every other weekend, and that went on until I was about 15 or 16. Maybe a little older. And maybe it was once a month, because I remember when I got into high school, we sort of lessened the frequency of my going over there every other weekend. Because I was into sports. Well, I mean, cheerleading is a sport. It's definitely now. It's more of gymnastics. But I had extracurricular activities, that I wanted to be a part of, and there were meets and whatnot, and rehearsals and competitions. And a lot of times they were on the weekends, and they would have been on the weekends that I would have been with him. And I can't remember specifically if it was like once a month or how we did it. But I did see him. I mean, even though my parents were divorced, he didn't live far away. So I was fortunate to see him frequently. And we talked throughout the week. But anyway, so he, of course, would be working a lot more. And he would work the weekends. When I was a kid, he would take me to the office sometimes on Saturdays when he had to do something. And I would sit in the secretary's chair, play around with the typewriter, the automatic stapler. Yeah, I had fun. Answer the phone. I mean, it was my father calling. But if there was a major project or something that was happening, he would, there might be other people there. And they humored me. I guess one of the benefits to being the boss's kid. Pardon me. But yeah, see? I know I'm kind of switching here, although this is not super great. That one, I guess, didn't get cooked. But see, that's got a nice little crisp on it. Downside to drinking soda. But anyway. I cannot remember the last time that I had a weekend just to myself. Can't remember the last time I had a day off. I have taken some days off in the last couple of months, but I just end up working from home. Answering emails, and something always comes up, and my cell phone will go off, which I don't mind. But when I take a day off and I'm using PTO time and I end up working 8 or 9 hours on the day off, a little irritating, to say the least. But anyway, so this morning I kind of hit a wall. So it wasn't so much that it was on in the background, that I was actually watching Leave It to Beaver. And the thing that just absolutely cracked me up is that it was on a Saturday, June Cleaver, fully dressed, in a dress and not a house coat or not a house dress. I mean, in a nice dress with the pearls, and she's dusting. No. When I dust, when I clean, do any type of cleaning, in my yoga pants or sweatpants, I don't dress for the occasion. Now, in real life, I don't know how many housewives really dusted with the pearls on. Maybe they did have their version of yoga pants or sweatpants that they wore. Because to me, it just seems to defeat the purpose. But the same thing with Andy Griffith. The Andy Griffith Show. Aunt B. Pearl song. And I mean, she wasn't dressed to the nines, but she had a dress on, and those dresses, I do like the fashions from the 1950s, those full skirts with the, is it taffeta? I'm not much of a fashionista either, so I don't know that, meshy kind of stuff. I love Lucy. She had a lot of nice clothes, a lot of nice dresses. And she was another one. I don't recall Pearls per se, but I mean, she would be dressed up, well, in a dress, and I mean, although I will say that she kind of had more of her version of a house dress when she was cleaning. It just seems simpler. Ward didn't go in all the time on Saturdays to the office. He did sometimes. Although, was it Darren? Darren Stevens on Bewitched? Is that the character's name? I think it is. He would work sometimes at nights on the weekends because he was in advertising. Probably should have rethought the career. I'm kidding. I really do like what I do. It is a challenge, though. I guess I'm just longing for something that existed in fantasy on TV. Maybe not so much in reality. But I think nowadays, we're always so hurried. Trying to get this done, trying to get that done. Gotta go here. And it's all instant gratification. I mean, cell phones, where you can get your email. I mean, they're mini computers that are in your hand. Not to mention the tablets. It's just constantly go, go, go. So that's why I really enjoy this YouTube channel. And I hope you do too. I know 4 of you at least really do enjoy it. And for anybody else that happens to come across it and watch it, hope you enjoy it as much as I do. You all keep me sane. You really do. I truly, truly, truly mean that. I'm stuffed. Not the healthiest of dinners. And I know, total carb loading. But anyway, so I just, I guess every time that I double in subscribers, I will do a mukbang. So thank you so much for my 4 subscribers. You mean everything to me. I am so excited to have you. And I hope you enjoy the channel and that you continue to enjoy the channel. And you tell your friends. And on to 6. Oh, actually, no, double 8, it would be 8. I would be happy with 6. But until I get to 8, cheers. And if you happen to come across this and you like it, hit the like button, comment, or subscribe. That would be great. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.